I didn't get lost.
We got
I mean,
18
you didn't have a good
seconds.
time.
Are you guys ready to rip?
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty, back for another episode of ZBD Sports. My boy, you gotta get that light out your head. Yes, sir. Episode 18. Yeah, so we're gonna run down this end of the season. Come probably like maybe a week, like just see when this finals ends up panning out. But yeah, end up this season probably with about 20 episodes, and then go into a season 2, more into the summer, focusing on MLB, NFL free agency, getting into some more stuff.
92 fucking days, baby.
Yes, sir.
Football season.
Countdown.
It's
But,
real.
yeah, no, for sure. But rapping, I mean, yeah, it's a good time in the NBA though. We're wrapping it up.
Wait. Gotta give a special shout out to my boy B.
Oh yeah,
Birthday this past weekend.
yes sir.
You know
Happy
what I'm
birthday
saying?
to the man behind the cam. Yes, sir.
And also, a little side note, news. One of the greatest Bronco quarterbacks ever retired recently.
Fuck Russell.
Remember when I told him about work,
Honestly,
dude?
I didn't even.
And he was like, wait, who, bro? I was like, Russell Wilson.
Like,
He's
who could have possibly fucking...
I honestly couldn't have. I didn't even realize that he retired. I'm not gonna lie.
He's about to be an analyst.
Oh, is he? Okay. When did that even? Last month. Yeah, that honestly kind of tells you how much I've been following some of that. Yeah, I've definitely been locked into NBA playoffs, fucking the start of this World Cup coming up. I mean, I've even been watching a little bit of baseball recently. Just kind of getting into the middle of the season when there's not really as much on to watch.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I mean that baseball is fun. I like it. Yeah, but recap these last few games of the finals, because I think last time we talked was they hadn't played game 1 yet, so we got a few games to talk about.
Yes, sir. He's not hitting.
No, straight.
Okay. I poked there's a little hole up top. I can't remember where it's at. One of the stems poked it.
But no, you want to start us off with a little? I mean, we can just kind of go like just game by game. So I mean, I feel like last episode you were kind of expecting the Knicks to get off to a hot start in San Antonio, which ended up happening. Which I thought the Spurs were for sure gonna at least split one game in San Antonio. I didn't think they were gonna go down 2-0. But the Knicks, just kind of what the Knicks have been doing, just been doing this whole run. Their offense was, their offense was clicking for for a decent amount. But I feel like they were kind of, they were giving Brunson different they were giving him a little bit different looks in the first 2 games, kind of than they were in this last game. And that was kind of changing how the Knicks were playing offense a little bit. But we'll stick on game 1 though. I don't even think I was able to watch. I think I was able to just watch the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But game 1 though, I mean the Spurs were up for majority of the game. But were you watching that game at all, or what do you got to say about it? Kind of.
I was.
Because earlier you were saying that the Spurs could have won all 3 of these games. But you said the Spurs had played better in every game. Offensively, but it's kind of
they played
kind of the Spurs' mistakes holding them back a little bit. Them being as young as they are, yeah,
inexperience
because they've been in all of these games,
yeah.
and they only lost game 2 by 1 point, and they had that last shot, and it was a good shot too. It goes down 50-60% of the time from their best player. Like,
well, I think,
and then it's 2-1 going back to San Antonio.
Well, staying in New York, 2-1, staying in New York.
Okay, yeah. My bad.
In San Antonio. I know what you meant though, but the first game was kind of really what I expected as far as New York starting off slow. I kind of figured, you know what I'm saying, a little layoff. It's going to take a couple quarters for them to get their legs underneath them. And everybody shot bad that game. Everybody is really shotting bad. Minus Kyle Anthony Towns and Anunoby on that New York side. But for the most part, everybody else, Shaman's been okay, but Miles Bridges has been up and down, Mikal Bridges has been up and down. Brunson has been not shooting the ball good. Like I said, Anunoby has, and Towns.
I feel like Josh Hart had like I feel like it was in game 2. I think when he had his really good game. Yeah, game 1 he only had 3 points.
Yeah, he didn't play that fourth quarter.
But I mean, dude, he had 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. Like he was just doing everything else.
Played the fourth quarter.
Must have been. It must have been.
No, it was 2. It was 2.
I was gonna say it must have been 2
because it wasn't. That was Friday.
It wasn't last night.
Yeah, no, he didn't play. He was in foul trouble, and Shaman had it going, and so they just kept him off. But game 1, ultimately, I think what won the game was just missing and mistakes on San Antonio part. And letting New York getting back, and it's hard to close New York out.
I mean, yeah, the only player who shot efficiently for the Spurs that game 1 was it was Dylan Harper. I mean Champagne, yeah, but
he shot 5 for 10 right from 3.
He shot 5 for 10 from 3, but 5 for 11 from.
That's not bad.
So, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But then Wemby 6 for 21, Castle 7 for 16, 1 for 5 from 3, and then Fox 6 for 13. So it's like. Your 3 best players, your three highest. I mean, no.
6 for 13 ain't bad. That's like 47.
No, he was 3 for 13.
That's sorry.
Bad.
Okay.
And then so Castle was the one that played all right, 7 for 16, but it's not. I mean, just from your three leading scorers so far this series, just not having efficient first games. Brunson's still putting up that because he also took over in that fourth quarter too. He put up like 15 points in the fourth, and just kind of when he's got it going like that late, he can close out a ball game for you by himself, and that's what he did in game 1. They ended up winning by 10. So, I mean, San Antonio played a good 3 quarters that game. I wouldn't even say they played good offensively. Their defense was doing good enough to keep him in it. I mean, let me see. Wemby played 38 minutes, so it's like he's definitely been having his workload has been a lot this playoffs for sure. I feel like that's kind of been something that's also gone below the radar a little bit. Of course, you expect all these players to play between 35 and 40 minutes in the playoffs, but all these guys are Dylan Harper 19, Castle 21, Wemby 22 or 21, Vassell and Champagne being under, I want to say both of them are 26 or 25 or under. Fox 25, 26, or is he a little bit older?
27.
Okay, but I mean, just this whole team being 20. Their top 3 players 22, 21, and 19. So it's and they're all playing heavy minutes. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's. Well, I mean,
you got Harper.
Well, I was going to say one of their best players. Their third best player this series has been off the bench, and he's a 19-year-old rookie.
That's one player though. One player ain't gonna cut it. one player is not going to get you 30 points a game bench production. So that's why I think they're leaning so much on their starters.
No, I
Really
mean,
saying what
but
New
they
York,
got,
New York's
I was
bench
going to say, yeah,
New York's bench hasn't been
yeah.
that great either.
I mean, but
neither team has been that great at all.
I mean, they kind
But
of
they're both-
they kind of have to rely.
they're
Like,
both
they kind of have to
defensive
rely.
teams.
Yeah, they are.
They both have good defenses, what you expect to see in a finals like this. Every game coming down to 1-2 possessions. So none of this outcome honestly surprised me. Even though I was saying New York is on win yesterday, I wasn't surprised that San Antonio won because they coming on with a different mindset than New York is. New York can afford to lose a game. San Antonio could not. So San Antonio had to, like, if they would have came on and got blown out, then like, okay, these niggas ain't got no guts. They ain't got no balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go out and get blown. I mean, you didn't gave up on the series. San Antonio did not. They came out like they've done every game in the series.
Yeah,
every game and pretty much the whole playoffs.
I saw a stat earlier that
they jump out the leads.
That they were also the only team to win all 3 of the first games on the road in their series. So I mean, what did they win? I think game 1 in OKC, and then game 3 in New York. They probably won their first game on the road against Minnesota.
I'm pretty sure
first game on the road.
You said they're the what?
So just in all their series in the playoffs, they won the first game on the road.
Oh, okay.
So they won they played Minnesota, didn't they?
Okay, yeah. They
No,
did.
I'm talking about the Spurs.
Well, but I was thinking of New York too. But the only one they didn't was Atlanta. Atlanta won game 3. I remember that because they were up 2-1 on New York. So yeah. San Antonio. San Antonio.
Just the first time that San Antonio's had to play at just at the opponent's place, they've won every time. So
and as good as they are, New York is just as good on the road as well. New York has won, I want to say, fucking 7 or 8 road games in a row. I mean, they won all of the road, two road games against Philadelphia, 2 road games against Cleveland, and then a road game, 2 road games against Atlanta. Yeah. So that's 6. So they won 6 in a row on the road. So you got 2 teams that are pretty much evenly matched as far as like.
But then you get the team that came out of the West and beat the team that had been the best team in the league for not the last 2 years. Well, I mean, honestly, it was this year and last year, and they won. So. Yeah, that's true.
But they still beat them.
But
we knew San Antonio.
They went on the road and did it 2 out of 3 times on the road, though. Like, it is what I was gonna say.
I don't know if they can do that against New York. I don't know. New York's got they got all their horses. Like I said, San Antonio did what they were supposed to do. That's why I'm not to the slightest fucking worried or, I do understand that this is a big game for both teams. I want to say whoever wins game 4 is going to win it all. I think if New York wins game 4, they will win it all, going up 3-1. But if San Antonio wins game 4, it's tough because the fact that, New York ain't going to go out. They've won 2 games at San. It's just going to, I don't know. It's because if you look at it, it can be one of those things where neither home team wins a game. I mean, you could go and San Antonio might fuck around and beat New York, right? 2-2. Then it goes back to San Antonio, New York wins. Then it goes back to New York, San Antonio wins. Then game 7, at that point, the way the series is, it's really up to anybody. Because neither team has won. Will San Antonio break through? This is all hypothetically speaking, but will San Antonio break through and win that game 7 on home, or will the streak continue with the road? I mean, right now, it looks like the road team has the advantage in the playoffs right now, or not, but in the finals.
Yeah.
Neither team has won in their home court. So, that's you always got to keep that in mind.
And just especially, just how good the Spurs have looked on the road all playoffs and how good the Knicks have looked on the road all playoffs as well. So
and it was inevitable that these teams, You know, they're the best two teams.
Kind of matched up.
You know, I
against
mean,
each other.
I would love to see. I hate injuries, man. I'd love to see, you know, everybody healthy. You know, Tyrese Halliburton, Game 7. Who knows what could have happened? He was getting off early too. Yeah. I still think OKC would have probably pulled it off, but we don't know. As clutch as they was last year, we don't fucking know.
They could have had a
this
Cinderella.
This year, J Dub, I'd have loved to see a healthy. Because I hate the excuses. I hate the. I would have loved to see a healthy OKC versus a healthy San Antonio, and it went to 7 without J Dub. So that's like, you know what I mean? Like, so that I would have loved this because I know for a fact, you know, I just like we go back. I just know that J Dub would have played somewhat decent at Game 7 if he was healthy. Even if Shea dropping 30, I know J Dub would have given at least 20, 25. Because I've seen him do it, right? He's that caliber. He's that good of a player. You know, if he ever leave OKC, he gonna get top dollar. If he can get, unless he has like injury issues, but if he can get right back.
He didn't have any injuries before this.
No, but a hamstring is always tough because it always kind of nags with a hamstring. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be good for a year or two.
It lingers a little bit. Yeah.
I feel like when you got a hamstring like that, it's never 100% because, you know, it's off season now, but training begins for the NBA in 2 months, a month or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, they back in preseason and fucking...
They're still doing off-season stuff.
Yeah, late September is when preseason starts. Late September. So you getting July and August off. You know what I'm saying? That's not really a lot of time to heal your body. I mean, OKC's been out for almost close to a month now, but... Not a month, but a couple weeks now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and we don't really know the severity of that fucking... If he couldn't play in a Game 7, that tells you right there that it ain't good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you can't play in the Game 7 of the conference finals... then this is something going on there. He may need surgery. I don't know. It may be a tear. I'm just saying, like, you know, that's kind of, it's different in the regular season or even Game 1, but Game 7. It was
risky too, bro, because he played. Did he play 2 games in that San Antonio? I mean, no. He played.
He played one full one and then like
and then
8-10 minutes. Yeah, but that's hamstring. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's tough, bro.
You know,
dude, fucking personally, I've had I haven't had my hamstring done like to like a full extent,
right.
But I've strained it, and it's definitely not it's definitely something that you just have to you can't do any you really can't run you really can't run or do run or major cutting for at least 4 to 6 weeks, and then depending on how it is after that, and you just go from there. But no, it's definitely just something that it's definitely just kind of one of those tender injuries that can fucking reoccur.
Non-contact. The non-contact ones are the worst ones. Those are the ones you worry about or linger. You know what I mean? The ones that linger the most is a non-contact injury. You know, with a contact, when you get hit, it's like, okay, well, his body got bent this way, and that, you know. But when it's a non-contact, you just running down the court and your shit just buckle or give out on you, that's a problem. But, you know, that's what I'd like to see. But anyways, you know, we couldn't see it. And it is what it is. But, you know, the best 2 teams, you know, in this playoffs overall consistently made it to the finals. And, you know, Game 2, you know, thinking about, because I actually got a chance to watch all of Game 2. And the thing I noticed really was, you know what I mean, Kyle Anthony Towns. He played really good for them, and then, you know, played good defense on Wemby. But, you know, those great players, you can play good defense all you want eventually. If they're really that great, they're going to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? You can only slow them down or stop them for a little bit. You know, eventually they're going to drop that 30, 40 point. You know what I mean? They're going to get off. And that's what he did in Game 3. But, you know what I mean? And another thing that, you know, was killing New York is these slow starts they're getting off to. Every single game, you know, you look at the end of the first quarter, San Antonio's won the first quarter every single game.
Yeah.
They've won them, you know what I mean? Those slow starts, after a while, I mean, it's going to catch up to you. And New York, has been, that bitch is not hitting. New York has not started good at all, even in the first 2 games they won. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that San Antonio has done pretty much all playoffs is get off to a lead early. Almost against OKC. I've seen a lot of it in Minnesota. I'm seeing it in New York. I didn't really watch much of that Portland series. There's no point to. But so San Antonio is doing, and I think for New York, it is absolutely essential for them to start off very, very, or like hot. You know what I'm saying? I think they got to start off hot. They got to, not even necessarily, maybe not hot, but they can't let San Antonio get off to another 10, 12-point lead in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying?
It might kind of, because I just went back and looked at the first quarters, and in the first half of game 1, it was really by through 3 quarters, it was it was pretty even, and then the Knicks just outscored them by 10 in the fourth. So that was just kind of Brunson taking charge in the fourth, and but ultimately it was pretty even before then. The Knicks had made a little bit of leeway in the third quarter before that, but then in game 2 though, the Spurs so they started out hot, but then the Knicks had the second and the third quarter.
They did.
And then the Spurs beat the Knicks by 8 in the fourth quarter, but just ultimately lost the game by 1 point.
That was a good game, man. New York went from being up by 17 or 16 or 17 with 5, something like that. I think Shamet hit a 3 or something. Either Shamet or maybe Bridges, because Bridges couldn't miss. That game, I think he was 1.5 for 5 or 5 for 6 from 3 or some shit like that, or Mikal Bridges he could not miss that game. He played good, and Anunoby played good. Towns played good. The only one who didn't play good in that starting lineup was Hart and Brunson.
Yeah.
Brunson didn't play. He shot bad again.
Yeah, for 7 for 25.
Yeah,
28%. Yeah,
not good.
Cat being 8 for 12. Yeah, Bridges 8 for 13, 4 for 6. Sham was 3 for 7 too. I bet those some timely shots. And Anunoby was 5 for 10, 2 for 5 from 3. So he wasn't bad. He was 50%, 40%.
That's not bad.
But that was those the rest of those starters, and Shamet getting off for San Antonio or for New York is ultimately the reason they won that, because I think the only pretty much every game went Wemby's going for 25 plus or 20. I think 25 was the lowest he went for, but then game 2, 29. I think yesterday, did he get 32? Or I can't.
Game 2 he shot. A lot of that was late. I watched he shot bad again in the first. He didn't shoot the ball good. If you look at it, he went to the free throw line a fair share too.
He's 11 for 21. He shot 52%.
Game 2?
Yeah. 2 for 6 from 3, 5 for 8 from the free throw line, 4 blocks. So dude, he was.
Well, he has a fourth
doing his
so that's
thing.
my bad. Entering the fourth quarter, he wasn't shooting, but he did play good in that stretch.
He played good in that fourth quarter. Yeah.
And that wasn't a good play call, but it was a good shot, if that makes sense. I think that play call, that pick and roll, pick and pop that they gave for that last second in game 2, or when he missed it. It was a good shot.
Dude, honestly,
the play call to me just wasn't.
When he went up for that shot, man, I thought that he was gonna make it.
Dude. It was a good shot. It's mid range.
If that was the Spurs again and they had to do it, I would go back to that same shot.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I'll run a little bit more motion.
Yeah, just try and get him a little bit more open.
Yeah, because Fox held onto the ball a little bit too long. It took too long to set the play up. And it looked like it was good for a second. It was good defense, on Mitchell Robinson's part. because he can only do so much. Because you don't know if he's gonna pull up or try to make a move in the paint, especially somebody that big. So you kind of you got to give yourself that cushion a little bit. So
Yeah.
and that was enough cushion to where I thought Wemby could have hit it. You know what I mean? But he didn't. So that changed it as well. And it's just kind of similar to game one where San Antonio had that lead all the way up until the fourth. Granted, it was a little bit bigger of a lead, but they had the lead up until the fourth, and New York came back on them. They couldn't hold the lead. And then game two, New York almost blew it. And then game three, San Antonio, fed off of that and came in and, played like how they were supposed to play. They played how I expected San Antonio to play, how they played all playoffs. In my heart, I never really thought it was going to be a sweep. But, I'd be like, it would be crazy if they did sweep them. But I still think New York is still going to win. But they got this next game tomorrow is going to be a big game. Hopefully another good game.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing I'm happy about, honestly, is all three games have been good.
Yeah, have been pretty good.
The Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals, there's a lot of blowouts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was two games in that whole OKC and San Antonio series that was good, and then one.
I was gonna say, dude,
not even one game in that New York.
I was gonna say, I think when we were going over it, I think San Antonio and OKC had a 7-point game and a 9-point game, and then all of the other ones were above 10, and then it was all the ones in the Eastern Conference were above 10.
Yeah, so
there was only
finally got
so there was only 2 games in both of the series that were single digits, and they were both above 5. So
out of fucking 11 games, 2 out of 11.
And the finals games have been 10 points, 1 point, 4 points. So but then that first game didn't feel like a 10-point game though. That was just the Spurs offense just kind of getting cold at the end, just not being able to click, and the Knicks just being able to just kind of go on a late run, but yeah, unfortunate the way that the Spurs lost that game too, though. But kind of like you said, they responded the way they needed to for Game 3. Set themselves up for a great Game 4 at Madison Square Garden, where pressure is on them again, because they can't. Yeah, if they lose, then they go back home, but they don't want to lose that third game. They definitely want to tie it and be the New York villain for sure. I think it'd be crazy if they. I don't know. It'd be crazy if they tied it up 2-2, just because I feel like this is kind of just that kind of would be classic New York.
Man, yeah, can you imagine? It's like all replaying in their head again.
Just all the hype. They had such a good run.
So much momentum.
Bronson. Everybody was playing so good, and then
all of a sudden
they lose.
They don't win another game.
And then they go up 2-0 on the road in the finals. They're gonna sweep them, and they lose the next 4.
That would be crazy, bro. That would honestly be.
No, I don't think it'll happen. But just the way that New York fans are, how cocky they are, and how
hungry.
Hungry. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's essential for San Antonio. I almost want to say, I think if New York can start off hot, I don't think San Antonio will be able to. I think they'll keep the pedal or the foot on the pedal. I think behind that crowd, if they start off, 10, 12, 13-point lead in the first quarter, I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout, but I think New York. Yeah, I think they'll kind of.
I mean,
but San Antonio has shown that they cannot hold a lead because every game they started off better than New York, and New York has won 2 out of 3 and could have won the game yesterday. So.
Yeah, yes, I mean, all 3 of these games so far, Spurs have jumped out to almost a 10-point lead, I think, in every game, and Knicks have been able to fight back in the second quarter, and it's always been pretty even, where the Knicks have been up at halftime. I think the Spurs might have only been up in like maybe one of the games at halftime, so I think Spurs been able to fight back, but then. Kind of what you were saying earlier, it just comes down to ultimately that.
Who was up at halftime in game 2? San Antonio, I'm pretty sure it's San Antonio.
34-25, and then the Spurs only scored 18-31. So they got outscored by 13, and then they only won by 8. So yeah, the Knicks were up by halftime in game 2. And then they were up by halftime in game 3 yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was really just that game 1 where the Knicks have been up, or the Spurs have been up, like all 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And then Knicks had that 4th. But, yeah, the other 2 games, it's been a little bit more back and forth. But maybe the Knicks, I mean, the Knicks are probably going to be coming out shooting this game 4. Just knowing that they didn't play, like, especially a great first quarter in game 3.
Any of the games.
Well, no, I mean, like, just especially especially in game 3, opening up at Madison Square Garden, losing that first quarter by 11, only scoring 22. They didn't get off to a hot start. Kind of makes it hard for the crowd to get behind them the same as they would. So I don't know. That can also give San Antonio a little bit of confidence as well going into that game 4, kind of just knowing that the first quarter is theirs. So they just gotta capitalize on that and just kind of silence the crowd. And because, I mean, if they can do that, if they can keep that crowd quiet and not give the Knicks a ton of momentum, then it can be a different ball game for sure. But, I mean,
Brunson's got to have a Brunson game, and they got to keep Cat involved.
He's got to have an efficient game, dude. Brunson's got to be efficient. He's got to be efficient next game.
Yeah, he does, but not necessarily next game. I mean, next game, as long as he's
got to, bro. It's a home game.
If it's elimination, I'd say that.
Yeah, for sure.
But he has time to make up for it because he can have.
Yes.
He can go 7 games. And he can have 5 bad shooting games, and the last 2 games he shoots phenomenal. And guess what people are going to remember? And then if they win, they're going to remember them last 2 games of him dropping whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think at some point in the series he has to put his imprint on it. Yes, I agree. I don't think it necessarily has to be.
I think it's got to be.
It's got to be for New York. Game, it would be big if they do.
This is a decisive game, like you were saying earlier.
Really, not yet. It's not yet.
It's game 4, bro.
It's a big game.
They took the first 2 games in San Antonio.
And they can do it.
If San Antonio comes back and takes the first 2 or the next 2 in New York,
and it's 0-0. And then, like I said before,
being in San Antonio isn't, or having home advantage in San Antonio, I feel like is not the same as having home advantage
so guess what?
In New York, bro. New York's got to be able to fucking carry that on their shoulders.
So let's say New York loses tomorrow. Series tied 2-2. Guess now where the pressure shifts to. Guess now who has the most pressure on them. San Antonio, right? Because now you came and you down 0-2. You got the momentum now. You beat New York twice. You went through that hostile, crazy ass fucking crowd in New York, and you beat them both times. Now it's even. Now all you got to do is just win your home games. You don't even got to fucking, you know what I'm saying?
You got to go back there one time.
Don't lose no more at home. That's all you got. That's your mindset. Of course, you want to end this bitch as quick as we can, but ultimately, let's not lose it. Let's protect this fucking home court.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
That would be demoralizing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they go and they do all that and New York fucks around and beats them again in San Antonio, then we're looking at them and we're like, okay, do we really expect New York to lose again in New York, knowing that this is a chance for them to win a championship? This right here. Now, neither other games that we've been in New York was it a chance for us to win a championship because we lost Game 3. If we'd have won Game 3, then we'd be a different story talking about Game 4. But now the fact that they lost Game 3.
It's 2-1.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So now this is the first time in X amount of years that you have a chance to win the championship on your home court and end it right here. The last time.
The Knicks?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, San Antonio won a championship goddamn 12 years ago.
Are you just saying if the Knicks can win tomorrow night and then Game 6 in New York?
Right, that's what I'm saying. No, yeah. So, no, what I was saying in the beginning was like the fucking pressure being shifted to San Antonio because of that, because of New York having that opportunity for the first time in how many years to end it, regardless, but on your court.
Just to end it 4-0.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to end it on somebody else's court, but it's another to end this drought and fucking end it on your home court. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems to be whatever team wins, the pressure mounts more on them every time they win. Now, if New York goes on and wins tomorrow, then the pressure lies back on San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're down 3-1. But, you know, if San Antonio goes down and wins, 3-2, I still think, and then it shifts obviously to New York. I mean, and still, honestly, and at that point, I feel like it's kind of really even still more San Antonio because, like, Game 7s can go either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes at that point, home court advantage don't even fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? We've seen so many Game 7s where a road team won. We've seen it, or elimination games. We've seen it so many of these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at that point, that home court shit, them players don't give a fuck. It's about who performs the best. You know what I'm saying? Like the OKC and San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland, it wasn't Game 7, but it was an elimination game for Cleveland. They didn't show up. New York got them. They took care of business on their court.
Cleveland and Detroit.
You're right. Yeah, Cleveland went into Detroit,
especially after Game 6. Game 6, fucking Detroit played one of our best games that we played that series against Cleveland, and that gave me that gave me hope going into Game 7. And then we played our worst game in Game 7 on our home court. So it was like. Yeah.
Yep.
If you're not ready for that moment, but the fact that San Antonio did play that Game 7 on the road against the reigning champs, so if it comes down to a Game 7 in a week, they played that Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals 2.5 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So. And they won it pretty handily. It wasn't like comfortably, but just by the end of the game, it was like they won by like 7 or 8. I feel like
it's not usually 7 points.
But no, I will give OKC that J-Dub wasn't healthy. Didn't have full roster, but just still having that experience. But I think this Game 4 though, dude, I think it's gonna be just another big game between. Who plays great between the fucking...
Time to sponsor us. I'll eat all of them.
But no, like
Kirkland, would you please?
But no, just really who plays great from the starters, because I mean, the benches in these series have I mean, I feel like they've each had like one or two players that can kind of have shifted momentum, with Dylan Harper and Shamit are like the main two, and like San Antonio bringing like Cornette, and New York will bring like Mitch Robinson, or like the two I feel like most impactful players off the bench for both teams.
McBride too.
Yeah, McBride, and then like Alvarado sometimes
And
comes in a little bit.
Now that they're at home, they played
But I feel
a
like
little bit of Clarkson too. New York did yesterday, and I think that's because they were at home. He didn't play really much of the first two games, but I did see him in a good bit in the last game. Because I think they're at home. You know, usually the home team, like the road players, play better.
But I feel like some people we also haven't really mentioned is Vassell and Champagny are some people that I think going back to San Antonio that we could expect to have like a few pretty good games.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're gonna need
all play. Like, I mean, it was definitely. I mean, that whole OKC series, they were showing up though for sure.
They gotta keep. I mean, honestly, they gotta keep doing that. They gotta, just being good defenders. That's really what it is. Shooting is gonna come and go. You might have an off shooting night, but that's the difference with San Antonio. And really, in New York too, is they just got defenders, and Champagne and Vassell, they play good defense. They can guard damn near anybody. I've seen them. I mean, they make it tough because they're long.
They can guard like a 2 through 4. Yeah, like a under because Champagne's like 6'8", 6'7", 6'8".
Vassell's like 6'5".
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. But I mean, like, I feel like just offensively though, like just kind of taking that. If they can kind of No, is it?
Yeah,
no, you're good.
Just coming to me.
Might be.
Coming my way.
I got the rotation mixed up.
No, you good. I'm like, wait, I'm not sure.
But no. So I mean, just even next game, I feel like it'll be kind of pivotal for some of those. I mean, because Vassell and Champagne are their other starters, so I feel like it'll be kind of pivotal for them to stay hot a little bit on offense and just be able to be productive, take a little bit of the pressure off Wemby and Castle. Bro, also one of the other things that I fucking realized when I wrote down these stats is that Castle's turnovers haven't been as bad against the Knicks. I feel like that's. I mean, I was gonna say it's kind of expected playing against the Knicks just because the Thunder kind of had a little bit better matchups for him. Just having like Caruso, Cason Wallace, Shea, just kind of all hounded him a little bit, but just him being better with the ball, I feel like has been good for them. I mean, he's only getting 4 assists, but I feel like he's just been complimentary for Wemby. Well, and I mean, Fox is playing a little bit better this series as well. Well, I mean, not in the first 2 games actually. First 2 games he didn't play amazing.
2 games. Game 2 he played good. He had like 19, almost 20.
Okay.
He played good, but I don't think he's gonna be healthy at all. He's just, he playing hurt.
I'm mixing it up because I think it goes B to you. Then
yeah,
you to
it's
me.
fine. I'll just hit it and then when I give it to you, give it to me.
Yeah.
But that high ankle sprain, I don't think he's gonna get a chance to really fully recover. So we're not gonna see the best De'Aaron Fox ever. I don't think in this finals, just because he's not gonna have time for it to heal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so
that's kind of why Harper's had to play like 25 to those heavier minutes. Yeah, he is.
And that's another reason why he's playing heavier minutes.
He's been efficient on offense, and he's and he's kind of also another one of those.
Defense.
He's kind of another one of those players who can guard one through three, yeah, 4, because he's
Depending on who he guard, he guard 4. Depending on who he's going, he stripped
yeah.
Like he played, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like solid.
And dude, he gets up there, bro. He gets rebounds, man. He's averaging 8 in the first 3 games. I feel like there was one of the games where he was tied for leading his team in rebounds off the bench. I want to say he had 8 one game, and that was tied for the most on the team. I might be wrong. I might have to check that, bro. But I want to say one of the games he had one of the most rebounds on the team. But no, he's definitely just been active in all the right areas that you want to, especially out of a rookie. Like it's like that's definitely something that you love to see from your organization for sure.
Yeah.
Like you picked that guy. He's fucking yeah. No, for sure. I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about that guy for real.
Yeah, I mean they drafted well, like San Antonio does.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, it's kind of.
They had a couple bad
It's kind of nice they had the number 1 and the number 2 pick, but
you know what they remind me of?
Was Castle the number 2? Number.
What was the lottery pick and all that?
I feel like he might have been 4, but he might have been higher than that though. I can't remember for sure, but I know Harper was 2 and Wemby was 1.
Yeah.
So I mean, just having 3 of their 5 starters being top 5s, because I know Castle was a top 5. I know he was.
Yeah.
Maybe top 3.
And San Antonio, you know, they kind of remind me of like Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Like Patriots had a couple down years right after losing Tom Brady, and you know, 4 or 5 years later, these motherfuckers. Or 5 years later, these motherfuckers in the Super Bowl, you know, and then just picked up one of, you know, better receivers in the league. And then San Antonio, you know what I'm saying, they had some down years. And now they done picked up fucking, you know, top 5 best player in the league, if not the best, whatever.
And AJ Brown?
No, I'm talking about San Antonio.
No.
You know, they got Wemby, you know, top 5 player. And you got Stephon Castle, 2nd year, who's a fucking dog. You got Harper, who's a rookie. You traded and got Champagny from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You drafted Vassell. Like they
drafted Dylan Harper.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and then you traded and got De'Aaron Fox. You know what I mean? So like those are franchises.
Yeah.
And then
Castle was the number 4 pick. That's what I thought.
Okay. And through that time, you know, the fucking Patriots had, 6 Super Bowls? And the San Antonio Spurs have 5 NBA championships. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, there's one franchise that just, like, they down for a little bit, but they gonna be back and they gonna come back and they, you know what I'm saying? Like...
And it was also kind of nice for that time. I mean, they both had some of the greatest coaches in their...
That's it.
Times they had
Belichick and fucking Popovich.
Yeah.
Like that's what you think about that. That's crazy.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the 2 of them fucking were friends with each other, or just at least talked at some point. And we're just sharing conversation, fucking just talking about ball, something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, niggas, they got a lot in common as far as how they coach.
Yeah, for sure.
Success.
I mean, fucking Popovich is probably a bit old. Yeah, Popovich is a little bit older than him. Belichick's definitely been in a little bit better shape. Isn't Pop in a wheelchair now?
He's walking.
Is he walking? Okay. I know. It was looking a little shaky for a second.
Yeah. I think he got a stroke or some shit.
Yeah.
So the left side of his, I think it's the left side of his, the right side don't work, something like that.
Really, yeah. It's tough, bro. He's getting old. But, yeah. No, I mean, kind of shit, bro. We're wrapping up game 4 a little bit, but just kind of talking about just what certain people really need to contribute in these next few games to, just to put certain teams over the top. Like I mean, with Wemby, Brunson, Towns. I mean, just those major players. Or you think it's gonna come down to more like Bridges, De'Aaron, Castle, just like in these next few games, like who do you think's gonna have to step up a little bit more? Like, do you think it's gonna be like a little bit more in the paint, like a little bit more like Wemby, Towns, Hart, kind of like I don't know, like I don't.
It depends on how they defend Cat, because I think even though Brunson is obviously, their best player, but I think the offense should run through Cat. I think
just kind of
pass, and it's tough to guard him
I feel like
up top.
I was gonna say I feel like just kind of the way they were doing it in the first two games.
And not being so Brunson heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like let the ball run through Cat. Obviously fourth quarter, late crunch time, that's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But not the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like how they did, not the whole fucking, 12 minutes, whatever it is in the quarter of you just going straight through Brunson and then, everybody else doing what they do. And then this next thing you know, it's 4 seconds left on the shot clock. So I think it depends on, coaching is, to me, going to be number one tomorrow. What I'm looking at, what the adjustments that New York makes.
Adjustments on the matchups.
Right. Them losing, sure. Do they not adjust anything? Do they just come out and be like, you know what? We take it as, they won one game, whatever. We're going to stick to our guns and play how we've been playing? Or...
You good?
Or are we going to fucking... I'm straight. Or are we going to, switch it up? I think that's big. I think San Antonio's going to play how they've been playing. New York is because they. I mean, like I said earlier, off camera, shit is honestly the first 3 games, San Antonio has all played New York.
Yeah,
New York had that big comeback in game 1.
Off camera.
And,
yeah. Saying on camera now though.
Yeah, game 2. Wemby missed a shot, could have went in, so they could easily be up 3-0. So, but they're not, and that's the thing for me is can New York actually come out and have a full New York game? Can they play or a little something like how we seen them play for the last fucking month of basketball? Because we seen a little San Antonio last game. We've seen a little bit of what, because a lot of players played good for San Antonio last game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wemby played good, he shot good. The other players played, Castle played good,
Champagne.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
But dude,
I mean, this is kind of what I was thinking going into this series, man. Throughout this Knicks run, they've wouldn't say they played bad defenses, but they haven't had Cavs or Philly top 10 defenses in the league.
No, I'm wondering who they played. Philadelphia.
I was gonna say would you say the Cavs or Philly are top 10 defenses in the league?
Probably not, but.
And the Spurs are top 3, if not top 2 or probably right now in the playoffs. I'd probably put them at 1. So especially what they can, the different stuff that they can do on their, matchups. The Spurs definitely have had one of the best defenses in the league all year round. And they've shown it in the playoffs, and the Knicks haven't really come up against the defense And this, I mean, just especially with the two-time decoy, and just like somebody who can really affect the paint, and just who can affect Cat getting into the game, who can kind of influence his you kind of know Jalen wants to get inside the 3-point line a little bit more than outside. Like, he wants to get into the mid range, and if Wemby can influence that a little bit more, we've kind of seen that, just him not shooting as well. Just kind of, just putting up a lot of shots, just having him be a lot more called on, and he just. I mean, he's still putting up good games. And I mean, they're still up 2-1. So like, you gotta give him credit. Like, he's had that good fourth quarter in game 1. Without that, probably wouldn't have won that game. So, but
he hasn't played good yet. So,
and yeah, no,
Wemby played good.
Yeah.
Wemby finally had a good Wemby game.
And
Brunson.
And they only won by 4. And De'Aaron had to knock down that shot with 10 seconds left to put him up by 5. Yeah. Or else they still. I mean,
they missed that. They was down by 3.
Yeah.
And Brunson had just hit that 3 before.
Yeah. So who knows? But yeah, dude, I'm hyped, man. I really want the Spurs to win this next game, just so the Knicks have something to really fight for, bro. Because I think if the Spurs can kind of erase what the Knicks did these next 2, or like this next game, and they can both just take the games at each other's place, and just kind of play a best of 3. Mm-hmm. If the Knicks can win this series, winning another game on the road and winning that game at MSG, if they can win those next 2, then because they can, or even if they lose one. If they just win that game 7, or doesn't matter, bro. Yeah, if they still find a way to win that series, then definitely give them their credit.
They gotta win tomorrow.
I don't think they have to, bro.
San Antonio?
No.
Yeah, San Antonio has to win tomorrow.
No, yeah, San Antonio definitely does.
It's a must win for both, but. Or San Antonio, obviously, because of being down 3-1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, San Antonio, they gotta come out and play like how they did the last game.
Yeah, I want to see San Antonio get up by 15 plus in the first half. By halftime's the 10-point game.
Still wouldn't be over.
No, it wouldn't be.
No lead is safe in New York. One thing we've noticed all playoffs with them is, no lead. I don't even think they've been blown out at all. I don't think San Antonio has either. Or no, they have, yes. Okay, see, one I think twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, no lead is safe in New York, so we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how San Antonio will respond. I think that
being down. San Antonio defense is just gonna lock up, dude.
Sometimes you got those teams that are, used to playing with a lead, and it's different. And then we see it's a different team when they ain't firing on, and the other team starts off hot. And it's interesting to see. We see what New York would do when controversy, or when it's, they need a bucket, or they're getting down. Like, we've seen them respond when they've been losing. We haven't seen that with San Antonio. We've seen San Antonio get down big sometimes and stay down. With OKC. And New York's biggest lead probably is 8-10 points in this series against San Antonio. So, it'll be interesting to see if tables turn and New York is up, 27-13 at the end of the first quarter. Or, and at Madison Square Garden. that's gonna make it real tough for San Antonio. You know what I mean? So that's that's New York can't afford to go down. I mean, they can't afford to start off slow again.
Yeah.
Or to keep starting off. So the first quarter is gonna be a big indicator. I think as to what's gonna happen. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. That first quarter, man. But yeah, we'll probably do next episode, hopefully next Tuesday again. But yeah, I think there will be 2 games that have been played since then.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll have a little bit to recap.
Yeah, a lot.
Hopefully series isn't done by then, but if it is, then we'll definitely have a lot to recap.
Either way it goes, it's gonna be a lot to
unfold. But
yeah, for sure.
Thanks for
Until
tuning
then,
in,
guys.
Yes, sir. ZBD out.